Greetings, Hetepu, and welcome to Kemetic Legacy Today, the weekly journal of ancient African, ancient Kemetic history and spirituality. My name is Jabari Osaze, also known as Heru Jeden Ma'at Aten Ra.
And my name is Anika Daniels Osaze, also known as Nfurka Ma'at. And I'd like to welcome all of you to Kemetic Legacy Today. And I'm especially excited because we have one of our dedicated Kemetic Legacy members, Supernova Slam, here with us today, who's going to perform one of his hip-hop passages, and we'd also like to interview him later on in the show. But for now, I'd like to just say welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Twa'u.
And if you're not familiar with the incredible work that this brother's been putting out, you really need to check this.
Yeah. Brooklyn, a place where dreams are deferred. Brooklyn, a place where crime, violence, drugs, gangs, and gentrification are the order of the day. Brooklyn, a microcosm of all the problems affecting young people across the nation. Here, children are left to raise themselves. It is a painful picture of the huge lack in this generation.
I don't like vegetables.
Wow. Lack of consciousness of health, well-being, lack of access to the tools in which to better themselves by taking care of their health.
So you don't eat no real strawberries, you fake artificial strawberries.
Yeah.
Right?
Like corn syrup in it.
Drop the science. Turning their young bodies into breeding grounds for dysfunction and dis-ease. The majority of children's diets are high in fat, processed food, and artificial ingredients. It is not normal to have 3 full meals a day.
What you have for breakfast today, babe?
Cheap bag.
For all the taxpayers' dollars that go into supplying well-balanced breakfasts and lunches for children in public schools, something is not working.
Y'all eat school lunch?
No!
School lunch. You like school lunch?
No.
Why not?
It's nasty.
It was nasty half the time.
School around is like, you see roaches and rats just running across stuff. You don't know, what if did a roach or a rat run across my food?
Children and teens today are simply not getting balanced, nutritious meals that include whole foods, fruits, and vegetables.
You got $1. What would you buy? First thing.
First thing I buy is a Twix, 60
How much?
cents.
60 cents? You got 40 cents left.
And I just buy candy out the rest.
Recording artist and hip-hop medicine man Supernova Slam delivers a message of change for Generation Y. Nova, with his down-to-earth, street-savvy approach, makes health consciousness accessible to today's youth. The purpose of his first film, Holistic Wellness for the Hip-Hop Generation Part 1, was to educate low-income urban communities about the fundamentals of holistic living. It was relevant, real, and made a worldwide impact, reaching youth from across the U.S. and as far as South Africa, Japan, and Europe.
Do y'all like to eat fruits and vegetables?
No.
You don't like no fruits?
I like fruit.
Yeah. You like fruit? No vegetables?
No.
Why you don't like vegetables? It doesn't taste good?
And it's nasty.
Often the excuse for making unhealthy choices is a lack of knowledge and lack of access. Holistic Wellness for the Hip-Hop Generation Part 2 will address both issues. The film will take you through a day in the life of Supernova Slam in his native Brooklyn, New York. Supernova Slam will show you the facts about health and nutrition and give an easy and affordable alternative to fast food and unhealthy processed meals. Supernova Slam Hip-Hop Medicine Man, Part 2, Holistic Wellness for the Hip-Hop Generation. The first one sold 100,000 copies worldwide. Reached the world, y'all, teaching them how to live better with their health. So now we back in the hood, we back in Brooklyn, and we gonna show you how to take $10 inside your local bodega and buy a healthy meal. They say it can't be done. They say it's impossible. They say I can't even see it. But we gonna show you how we do this in part 2. Heal the hood, y'all. Let's get it!
The media is a vehicle used to aggressively influence the minds of consumers. Pop culture produces role models for this generation via the airwaves and the big screen. Holistic Wellness for the Hip Hop Generation Part 2 will take you into the lives of celebrities and show you how living a holistic lifestyle is one of the keys to success.
I'ma show you in part deuce how to shop at Whole Foods with $10. Now, you may be thinking I'm bugging, I'm out of my mind, it can't happen, it can't be done. It's impossible. It can't possibly go down. But that's why I'm the Mr. Medicine Man, OG Medicine Man. And I'm gonna show you how to get it popping, get it cracking with $10 at Whole Foods.
In the past 10 years, health and nutrition have become social trends by way of yoga, microbiotics, juice bars, and the like. Part 2 will include segments with celebrities who incorporate holistic practices in their everyday lives. Andre 3000, Russell Simmons, Will Smith, Tobey Maguire, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jessica Biel, Jezebel, Bruce Willis, RZA. Our goal is to make quality life choices in food, physical wellness, and personal care as hot as the beats off the Brooklyn streets.
Incredible. Incredible.
That was
Incredible.
amazing.
I'm ecstatic to be able to have you on the show today, and our viewers are actually in for a really great treat because we are going to have a live performance.
Yes, you will.
Okay, so without further ado, the Hip Hop Medicine Man, Supernova Slum.
Energy.
Look it, ain't nobody shining like I'm shining. I'm out shining with a body full of stars. This is Supernova Slum. Dollar bill is dead, I'm a king to head. Watch them bars in the hood, cause they working for the feds. Look here, you make it rain, I make it mine. So you in the plane, I'm in the top phone. Make mine a slave ship, my mind is mothership. Travel like speed, retrograde, get behind me. My B's and my C's, them things don't try me. Feathers in my head, got the redneck skin. From the Indians and black scalping demons with the axe. Make them natives go stance to them haters off that planet, damn it. No, me not truck, no cocoa, no, me not there, but I'm on disrespect my mind and put 6 feet under the rubble.
Energy. Energy.
Ain't nobody shining like I'm shining. I'm out shining with a body full of stars. This is Supernova Strong.
Energy.
Look it, ain't nobody shining like I'm shining. I'm out shining with a body full of stars. This is Supernova Strong. Thunder, lightning, strike, boy. Super murder, sound, boy. Pay attention, listen. Bullets hit them, duck, boy. Hit him, exit, release them, enter like cataclysm. Ism, lift them and give them represent wisdom. Nobody, really wanna, can nobody do it better than the medicine, the medicine, the medicine, the medicine, the editor, illuminate the medicine is better than the millennium. Aku, eku, make you say, aku, maku, makusa. Make the echo straight, aku, say, maku, makusa. Ra, ra, ra. That there be the final call. I the demons has to fall. Supernova animal.
Energy. Energy.
Ain't nobody shining like I'm shining. I'm out shining with a body full of stars. This is Supernova Strong.
Energy.
Look
Energy.
it, ain't nobody shining like I'm shining. I'm out shining with a body full of stars. This is Supernova Strong. Step to the space, I'm back her. Take it out of space in a place called rapture. Sitting many G's with the feet, with the secret unique and the heat when the piece called capture. I am a new thing that I am a quantum matter. Something liquid gas and plasma neutral only in my best. It's Starbuster rhymes. I'm easy, J-Weezy, look go easy. This is Supernova Slum. 100 million billion songs, but major, I'm greater. I hate this run till the wall will come. Sitting when I leave, keep me coming over, Ginny, keep me gunning with the mother, with the millimeter, running to the rhythm of the putting bitch and everyone. I follow, put the water in a bottle, Supernova. I am the origin, you just a lucky star. It's Mr. Medicine, it's a Supernova song.
Energy. Energy.
Oh man, we finna get crunk with them right here on this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unify the hood. Heal the hood.
Supernova Slum. It's a 5 here, but you know, we gonna flush all this.
I'm so up to the flow from the alcohol. Smoke out on the Sherman, I like it raw. Feel the sense in my chest, time to hit the stall. Got some munchies for some chicken and some pizza, Joe. But I'm asthmatic, got hypertension and the medics say I'm diabetic. I know that certain things will hurt me, but I still get it. Let it set it, eat it until my body's sick and tired. Smoking and drinking till my time is up. I know my body trying to tell me something deadly, man. Cause what I put in it, it always throws it up, man. Or get me in and get me so sick and tired. I'm done feeling this way. I gotta change my body, get my mind right. Get my body feeling good, Can't make no money if I'm broke down in the hood. It's an investment that I place in myself. Gotta shake the sickness off, gotta cleanse the sickness out. Unify your body, money generate. Reclaim your body, then your money elevate. Without your mind or your money, you ain't well, man. And if you sick and tired, let me hear you say, so sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick. It's a transition. Can nothing happen overnight, you gotta stick with it. And only you can say your life, put your feet in it. You're committed and walk through it no matter what they do, and stay focusing on your healing. And they'll get it. Shining by example, remember it's the best teaching. Preaching, reeking, cleansing, deeper in your own weakness. Sticking, making, linking, and thinking in your mind, be it. Seeking, leading into the world over. I'm so sick of feeling like I'm weak, homie. Like my body broke down. Don't wanna work for me, oh. I learned that certain things I eat will bring disease, homie. The end of my state of being till I'm dead and gone, homie. All I got in this life is my home name, and I protect it and defend it till it's over, man. It's an investment that I place in myself. Gotta shake this sickness off, gotta cleanse the sickness out, yeah. Unify your body, money generate. Reclaim your body, then your money elevate. Without your mind or your money, you ain't well, man. And if you sick and tired, let me hear you say, so sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick. Sick of all the wall, sick of the call, sick of the disease, sick of the drama, sick of gang banging, sick of dope slanging, sick of 9 to 5 and the minimum wage, sick of the hatred, sick of rat racing, sick of disease, so sick of the prison, sick of being broke down, tired and burned down, so tired of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick. Yeah.
Welcome back to Comedic Legacy Today. We are so pleased to be able to sit here with Brother Supernova Islam, get a chance to talk to him after seeing his incredible performance. And, we were just remarking off camera about how you're doing a little bit of everything. And not just dabbling in areas, but doing them with excellence. I mean, I am now aware that he is an author. And so your book, The Remedy, this is going to be in stores when?
Drops April 7th nationwide.
We're going to do this in reverse because I'm really anxious to hear about the book.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about The Remedy. What's your plan? What are you putting out to the people?
Well, the whole inspiration is bringing holistic wellness and consciousness to my generation. This is the first generation that the young people are being diagnosed with type 2 adult diabetes at 6 and 7 years old.
That's right.
Obesity is a very high epidemic amongst our young people, and there's so many entertainers that we love and respect that are dealing with a lot of health ailments. So there's really nobody from the generation speaking up for the health advocacy that not only is a health advocate but also a participant in the hip hop culture. Mm-hmm. So I think because I am an MC and I am an artist in the culture, and then also through the legacy of my family, continuing the holistic wellness information, I think it's imperative that I bring that to the forefront.
That's right.
What makes the book unique is that we have testimonials from many of the entertainers' best. We have Tyson Bedford, famous world-renowned model, who talks about the importance of hydrating the body and why, you know, drinking water is very key to being a model.
That's
you know,
right.
and a lot of young people who want to be aspiring models understand the urgency of water intake. And we have Hype Williams, who directed everybody's videos from Busta Rhymes to Jay-Z, 50 Cent, whoever, you know, in the business. He talks about how him and Jay-Z take seasonal fast and are very proficient in taking remedies and herbal remedies for different detoxification purposes. A lot of young people don't even know that Jay-Z's into that.
You said
know.
that Hype Williams.
Hype Williams is
Now,
in the book.
folks, keep in mind what you just heard.
Right.
I don't think you've heard this before.
He's
Hype
in the book.
Williams and Jay-Z.
He's talking about what Hype Williams is in the book, talking about the importance of taking seasonal fasts and how that by doing that it helps to detoxify the body and really just allow yourself to get, you know, refocused and so forth. So he says, with all of the different distractions in the music business, and sometimes you get pulled into different directions, it's important to reset. And he talks about that. And he says him and Jay-Z together take seasonal fasts together, you know, and they do their whole detoxification thing. So many people don't even know that, you know. We have Erykah Badu in there talking about the importance of eating to correlate the balance of the chakras, or we call in comedic legacy the RE2 centers, your energy centers. You know, so it's you have Jim Jones in there talking about the importance of working out. So it's Grandmaster Melly Mel, the Furious Five. He talks about the importance of working out and doing that work. And we have, who else? We have Public Enemy. We have Chuck D in there talking about organic farming. And I mean, it's just you know, the book are just to inspire young people with principles of wellness. You know, I was born and raised what they call a vegan these days, but my mother, Queen Afua, the author of Heal Thyself, Health and Longevity, and Sacred Woman, and so many other books, so many, you know, but she raised me in the holistic lifestyle. So I'm continuing the work, and no matter, even if you're not trying to be 110% vegan, there are principles of wellness that you can take from the book, you know, that are cornerstone for your wellness. So we want to inspire you if you're into working out, if you're into martial arts, if you're into just trying to cut back on a lot of the sugar you take or the fried foods. That we have a system and the remedy aligned for you to come into the work. So I think it's a very powerful, profound book for the generation, and it's intergenerational because we all need cleansing and healing.
That's
you know.
Right.
But I feel that again that area in the hip hop culture has really not been addressed. You know, and this is the book to really open up that conversation on a broader level. So yeah,
there's so few hip hop artists that are talking about the epidemic of disease, we'll call it, dis-ease in our community. And so I know that this is something that you've taken on in earnest, being hip hop medicine man.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
It's something that you take very seriously. And I guess I want to ask you about the relevance of having the kind of people that you had talk to the issues in this book, rather than getting a doctor who or a nutritionist or.
Well, I have a doctor in here,
Okay.
Dr. Bernadette Sherrington, who has a practice in Brooklyn, in the Canarsie community in Brooklyn, that has been doing a lot of she's a traditional physician, MD, that's been aligning with my mother, Queen Afua,
That's right.
to bring holistic practice into her practice. So they've been doing a lot of wonderful work. So she highly endorses the book and puts her MD-ness, you know, to it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It just
but it really sounds like you're trying to reach people at a level with people who they are already receptive to.
Well, we're dealing in a matrix of influence, and most of us, even in the cultural community, are caught up in the hype machine. So you have to understand the chess game you're in, and if you can master the chess game, then you can make an exodus somewhere else. But you have to go inside the box and take over. You know, I mean, if you even listen to my music, it definitely has the sonics of today. It definitely has a, you know, heavy club, heavy southern, and, you know, boom bap energetic to it. But because I consciously been inspired to do that. You know, like there are other artists who say, "Oh man, I'm not into the mainstream hip hop and this and that and that." And you know, those are some profound artists, but they're kind of stuck in their cipher and circle of influence. My thing is, I'm not trying to do that. I want to go into the middle, into the eye of the storm, into the deaf, dumb, and blind, where they're partying, where they're popping it, where, you know, where they're dropping like it's hot. I'm going right there. because to me, that's where the healing needs to be.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So using their luminaries that they are attracted to, you know, their celebrities, to help to continue this message of wellness is very important. So that's why we're making those alignments.
That's right.
Well, you know, there's always this misconception that you can't have positive hip-hop. And that,
Right.
you know, people in this culture don't know anything other than, you know, the bling and trying to get as much as you could possibly get.
Right.
But who would you say inspires you in terms of this hip-hop culture to be able to do the positive work that you're doing?
Oh, man. I think all of the artists inspire me one level or the other. You know, there's nobody that I'm not necessarily not into. I feel it's the legacy that mainly inspires me. You know, it's my father, Baba Heru Sinoakra Samaj. You know, he was the one that got me into the serious metaphysical practice of the culture, and I know that in that initiation at a very young age. I mean, my father, Baba Heru, had me, you know, speaking in an ancient language at 9, 10 years old, and writing in the hieroglyphs and stuff. So I was already activated. So I think the ancestors for me are what inspires me, because I'm moving from an ancestral place. I can, you know, these are all of the ancestors' relations. All the MCs, all of their fans are just branches of our ancestry. So it's not hard for me to connect to those branches. In terms of contemporary artists that really just get me excited, you know, not for content-wise, but I like Wayne. I like Lil Wayne's energy. His content is whatever, but his tenacity just to do him. He's real convinced that he's fly, he's dope, and his conviction and his delivery is so exciting. Especially, he's actually more revolutionary to the status quo of what's been happening. So, you know, when you listen to him, he's not necessarily what everybody else is doing. He's doing him in the construct of everything else. I think he motivates me. Busta Rhymes, you know, always, because the energetic artists that have, you know, that other force. People like Twista. You know, when I listen to Twista rap fast, before I even hear what he's saying, the rhythmic patterns that he's doing is real ancestral. I'm just tuned into that. I hear the rhythm first, and then I move into the, you know, the degrees of what's going on. So I would say those three artists speak to me, you know, in different ways. But I have appreciation from everybody, from the, you know, I would call them the three horsemen of the conscious movement, Talib, Mos Def, and Common. You know, those are my brothers. You know, I mean, I know them personally, so those are my brothers. And from them all the way to Jay-Z to you know, 50 Cent. I mean, I'm really inspired by 50 Cent because he's actually shown his name Kepra. He's actually shown it by his activities. Again, not his content, but his actions have showed Kepra. The way he came into the business and transformed this business as a businessman. And his new book he has called The 50th Law with him and Robert Greene. Powerful book because it talks about overcoming fear. And the whole principle of the 50th law being overcoming fear. So I feel everybody should really, who may not really have felt 50, that's a document. You know, a man's manifestation is his lesson. So I think if you study his document that he put out, you'll get a more deeper, profound insight of his contribution to the overall construct. You know, again, fear is what keeps us from our legacies, what keeps us from our Heru self, what keeps us from our blossoming. So, yeah. So in terms of contemporary hip hop, you know, those are people names that I am motivated by, just to continue to do what I do. Yeah.
Right. And clearly, fear is sort of the chief commodity of the United States. We're not always aware that fear motivates people to do the most unusual things.
You know,
we speak to people and they say, you know, we understand that George W. Bush stole the first election.
Right.
But twice?
Right.
What happened?
What's wrong with you?
And so I think that sometimes people say that fear is what motivates us to do these things. So
fear, I mean, fear it's a serious thing. I mean, some of us have become comfortable in just the justification of being scared. There's a lot of people that are scared, and it's a lot of great potential in the world. And you know, when you hate on someone or you're jealous or envious of somebody and sending that thought out there, you're actually you're not sovereign. You're actually more bounded by that which you're projecting to someone else.
That's right.
So the more you can challenge daily, sending one love, sending one myrrh, sending one hetep, peace, and conquering that own set is fit unma'at balance in yourself that is out of whack, and you can, you know, work on that daily. You're in the process of liberating that fear, you know. So I'm fearless in everything I do. I mean, I don't really, you know. Again, I get ancestral approval. It's not even. I don't really care if humanity doesn't really get me, because I'm not trying to be gotten by them. I'm just following my instruction. So if you think that you know, the colors and the beads and the feathers and the ankh and stuff is the fast rhythms are just too much for you, you know, I plan to take over the planet. I mean, so get with it. I mean, I'm clear.
That's right.
I'm clear. I mean, you know, you see me now, and you know, you'll continue to see me, and I will be multiplied 1,000-fold. You know, the sea of millions of years is my name coming forth advancing, is one of the quotes from the Puritan Rule. You know, so you say the sea of millions of years is my name coming forth advancing. What fair?
That's right.
What do you know?
Right. That's right.
And so if I can motivate anybody about people, it's time to turn on and tune in and then tune out. You know, turn on, tune in, and then tune out. It's time to be fearless, and whatever your manifestation or womanifestation of your work is, you know, turn it on, and you have one moment. This is your moment. You don't have, people think they have time to hate or be jealous or envious of one. You think you got that type of time?
That's right.
I mean, Haiti, you have 500,000 people in an instant. I got taken off the planet.
That's
so
right.
You think you got time like that? You think you got time to sit around and tweet a Twitter about what he and she's doing, what they not doing? You think you that arrogant, right? But that quick, boom, gone. 500,000 people.
That's right.
Gone. So I don't have time to play around with nobody. I'm clear what my objective and my goals are. And if I can inspire you to begin to be clear on what your objective and goals are, then tune in, tune up, and then tune out and make it happen.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. Let's talk about the inspirational stuff that you're doing, because I know that for a long time, Anika and I have been looking at you from the sidelines and admiring your work for a decade.
Wow. 10
Literally
10 years,
decade,
right.
Really. And saying that for a long time, some of the most knowledgeable people about the ancient ways would sort of sit in rooms with each other and talk about the ancient ways. And they never even thought that they should go out to the masses of our people to see it. And so when we looked at your work, it was very clear to us that that's what you're about every moment that you breathe.
Yes.
And so can you talk about some of the work that you've been doing with members of what some people call gangs, or these youth formations, and also what you're doing with young people. I know this is a tall order. Also what you're doing with young people in terms of wellness as well.
Okay, well, it's I remember I came back from, well, I had family down south and up in here in New York and also in California that have been what they call gang affiliated for many years. When I was younger, you know, mom and pops, Queen Afua and Bob Heru raised me up in a culture. I had my time where I thought it was whack, thought it was like whatever, you know. I want to hit the streets. When I did my hustling, I sold guns. I never sold drugs, but sold guns, ran with the dealers, ran with the bangers, and that was just my circle. And it wasn't until I almost lost my life that I said, okay, I have a moment now to change direction, you know. And it's kind of everything that they taught me, you know, raised up in me and activated me. I remember I came back, I went to the Million Man March in around the fall of 2005, and you know, around that time, like a lot of the Bloods were just coming in New York from out of the jail system. You know, at least a branch of them were coming out of the jail system, doing a lot of wild, negative things. And so I was out at the Million Man March, and I met brothers and sisters from many different the street organizations, from Chicago, from LA, all over the place, and we formed a bond. We formed something called the United Brothers and Cousins Family Alliance, and that was a vanguard of the Crip and Bloods, and just from Chicago, the Folk and People organization, trying to be young people to rear brothers and sisters that were into the bang and back into culture, back into the original intent, which was community organizing and development, because it came up out of there. In California, they call the Crips and Bloods the bastards of the party. So my thing was, okay, it was one of those things, because I had family members in it. I kind of looked at New York at first like, what are y'all doing? Like, this is totally not what we do in New York. But it's here now. So my thing was, you know, many people now, I think the last 10 years from the thousands are kind of like Crips and Bloods, but it's been here since the mid-90s. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see it head on, and I took it upon myself to keep my links to a lot of my elders and a lot of my family members that were trying to do something positive with it, and really get the young people organized around the original intent. It came up out of the principles of protecting your community, raising resources for your community, and having a cohesiveness amongst your brothers and sisters. So from that point, from 2005 on, I've just been really involved with it, which turned into an organization called Unified the Hood, Heal the Hood, which was known, organized hundreds of brothers around the city around the Sean Bell incident, from Newark, New Jersey, all through Bronx, New York, Brooklyn. And then also...
In fact, just to interrupt you real quick, I was watching TV one day, looking at stuff that was going on with the Sean Bell piece.
Right.
And I said, wait a minute. That's Anika.
Yeah.
That's Supernova. And so
So my thing, my thing is I'm not, justifying the gangster. I'm not into that. I'm about, the Heruka Huti, the warrior. So it comes out of a powerful legacy, of power. So what I do is once I get brothers and sisters back into feeling a sense of umoja and nia, then we get them back into the principles. We teach them about the principles of Smayata. We teach them about the principles of, of perseverance. They come from a greater legacy than banging on each other. So my whole thing is this, to wrap that part up, I'm an advocate of, I will call it social healing. That's pretty much what I do. Unified the Hood, Heal the Hood is about bringing brothers and sisters from the tribes together to do the greater work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that channel. And the holistic channel, I've been doing the holistic work since I was 8, 9 years old.
That's right.
Around holistic health. So it just blossomed. I think it materialized for me when my mother had me do a film that I put out a few years ago called Holistic Wellness for the Hip Hop Generation.
That's right.
It was a documentary film, a first of its kind, introducing the concept of holistic health to our generation. It had Erykah Badu was in there. You had Common, you had Dead Prez. Ben Vereen, my father, Baba Heru, and many other luminaries just giving their testimonials on health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? So this platform, the social healing with the G's and the holistic health, and then just me living my Commission Kushite legacy, and also on this continent, my Wichita Seminole Cherokee heritage.
Right.
I'm a living manifestation of my ancestry, 360 degrees. So that's the works.
Well, let me ask you about one of your newer projects that you're working on, right, Cosby?
Right.
The album called Cosnarati. If you could talk about what the purpose of the album is and
Right.
what your role is.
Okay, Dr. Cosby has a project out called Bill Cosby Presents the Cosnarati, the State of Emergency.
We have a copy of it right here. It's in
very powerful project. Many people felt that Dr. Cosby was very critical in his analysis of the African American body here in the West, and he has been, like every elder should be. But it was just to incite us to do better and be better. And so he put his money where his mouth was and said, you know what, I'm going to put together a project that addresses the issues that young people are going through, from gang violence to teen pregnancy to neglect and to having, parents being incarcerated, just all these issues that young people are facing, suicide, thinking about being killed, taking their lives because they're depressed. So myself and 2 other brothers from Newark, New Jersey, Jace the Great and Brother Haas, are the MCs that were selected to be part of this project, produced by Brother Spaceman Patterson, who produced everybody from LL to Alicia Keys.
Wow.
And one of the pioneers of hip-hop, brother named Sed G from Ultramagnetic MCs. They both were part of this project. So the project started, I would say, they were like 40, 50% in way. A big brother of mine, mentor by the name of Jeff Jones. He's a huge engineer in the music business. He engineered everybody. He engineered with Slick Rick's classic album, Adventures of Slick Rick, and engineered Public Enemy's Takes a Nation of Millions album. He called me, he's like, Nova, man, you got to get down with this project. And I was just so humbled by it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I understand Dr. Cosby and the synopsis of what's really happening. And the work that I'm doing, that Brother Haas and Brother Jace are doing, are just extensions of what we've been doing in our community works. Because they too are also doing community work out in New Jersey. That's how Dr. Cosby met with them. So as a result, we've been able to pretty much, we've been everywhere with this project. We've been on the Jay Leno show recently. Fresh off the Jay Leno show this week. We just was on Today's show. They have all types of other big things planned for us, and it's powerful because we get to share the platform of wellness through music. I mean, I would never thought that. I mean, I'm doing my work, but it's like to have a culture icon like that, who we don't have no corporate sponsorship, there ain't no label behind that. It's him,
Really?
his heart. He put him in his heart
Wow.
He put his money up and said, listen, I want this message to get out here. You know what I'm saying? So whenever he's touring the world right now, but whenever he's available, he calls us up, man. We get together and we just rock it out. So, and we have something that we're doing for those who want to check out BillCosby.com. We're inviting all of those to download the project. He put out a book with Dr. Poussaint called Come On People, From Victims to Victors, right? That accompanies the CD and also the lyrics. And he wants to we're holding what we call statewide listening parties. So we want the album to be played and also begin to galvanize a bigger conversation. We want parents and churches and mosques and community centers and elders and youth to come together to begin to talk about these issues. We have a song called Dad Behind the Glass. What is it like from a child who has a father that's incarcerated? One of the songs we performed on Jay Leno was Safe for Your Heart. It was talking about unlocking, overcoming fear. I want to break into the safe in your heart to pull out the potentials of life. But first, you got to measure it right. So we're talking about our individual stories and how we went from a Isfit state to a Heru state, in our own awareness. One of the brothers was almost he was shot in a drive-by shooting. The bullet missed his heart for 1 inch. So he could have, so his testimony is powerful. The other brother, Jace, he almost got life in jail. You feel me? He beat that, and then and I almost got killed in the streets hustling and banging. So the three of us as examples, coming from those experiences, giving back to young people, letting them know that we can do better, we can be better, So for those that are out there that want to learn more about that, it's available at BillCosby.com, and we want you to begin to have these conversations, hold listening parties. We got the Boys and Girls Club in America, like 300 chapters already took the album in, and they're holding their annual listening parties. You know what I'm saying?
So with the listening party, they're going to talk about.
Yeah, they play the selections, and then we out of the playing selections, they're going to just have the conversation. We want that conversation to continue because one of the things in this country we don't do is we don't have these conversations. We don't have these talks. So a lot of young people just walking around here with these issues bottled up. A lot of the elders feel that they can't reach the youth. You know what I'm saying? So when we begin to, as a family, intergenerationally talk these things out, the healing takes place. And what makes this project powerful is that it's an intergenerational project. You have Dr. Cosby had ideas. He'll call us up, and then he's also an arranger. So he'll call Spaceman. We have a song called Where's the Parade? He talk about the powerful. Spaceman would do it, and he'll go, and then they'll just interpret. We're just all. It's like a creative brainstorm. So when he couldn't be there physically, he'll call in from LA or Belize, wherever he was traveling, and be like, I got an idea. He says this project is so close to his heart, and he always said it as we took his channel and made it to life, it brought him to tears. You know what I'm saying? He said he'll well up because he just felt that it's the healing time, and he's really excited. So it's really profound. I mean, working with him is just the ancestors in full manifestation. You know what I'm saying? The Shepsu Heru, the Mbu Heru. It's really to honor. I give thanks. That's
right. That's right.
I'm very grateful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now I know that you have a new album that's on its way out, folks.
Yes.
I've been actually waiting to pick this up.
Oh, good, thanks.
And so to just see that he had it in his hand, I said, I didn't know the Remedy was out yet.
It's coming. It's dropping real soon.
And so talk to us about the Remedy and what you're.
Oh yeah, well, the Remedy comes out in March of this year. I'm very excited about the project. It also companions the book. I mean, the wellness songs. I feel that as a medicine man, the songs that I do, again, I consciously making sure that the sonics are of the times and that they can be reached. The kids that are on 106 in Park, the kids that's in the hood, I want to make sure that they have something they can groove to, but I'm dropping those jewels. I'm dropping that pill in the dog food, if you might say. You know what I'm saying? And I got songs in there like a song called It Tastes So Good. And the hook is, I know it's so bad, but it tastes so good. It hurts so bad, but it tastes so good. So that's the whole concept of we know that things ain't good for us, but we still get it anyway,
Now, I'm upset that you watched me eat breakfast this morning and had the nerve to come on the show and talk to him about my pancakes.
Yeah, but it's
incredible. Wow.
It's weird. We got songs like that. We have a song on there called Chlorophyll and Crack.
That's right.
Which talks about my experience, my birth father, David Terrain, and how he was going through that struggle of crack cocaine addiction while I was learning Kemetic culture with my father, Baba Heru, and my mom is in the holistic wellness. So so on the weekends, I'm in the projects You know what I'm saying? In the crack dens with the pushers, the bangers, and the hustlers. And in the weekdays, I'm learning how to speak and do inter and and drink green juice. So that's my life. And people, they see me, they just see the beads, the feathers, and the ankh, and they just think, So when they see the gang colors, they don't understand. It's a deeper story. You know what I'm saying? So the song's called Chlorophyll and Crack, and it talks about my whole journey, and how even as a youth, being in the street, I wanted to impress my father because he was in the street. So that was that whole pull. I almost lost my life, got that life back, and then I started to manifest all the principles that Baba Heru and Queen Afua instilled in me. So it became an overall balance.
That's right.
So, it's Chlorophyll and Crack. It's deep. You know what I mean? So, the album is really profound, and it's a sonic tour de force. I'm very excited about it. We have platinum artists on there like The Game from the West Coast. He's on there. We got Jada Kiss on there. We have Erykah Badu on there, and many others. So it's, again, we're using the mainstream elements, the big artists, to push this wellness platform. I mean, this is a very serious time, and the people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Even if they don't know, they are. They know they are. They just need somebody to articulate it for them. I'm not here to say this is better than them. I just know that I'm here to do my part, and if I can be a spark to others to do their part, then let's continue to do the work,
Well, let me ask, what advice do you give to young people who want to do what you do?
Right.
Who want to do it from a positive perspective, but may not be getting the ear that they need to get it out
Man,
there?
you have to be scientific in your approach. You have to. What are your objectives? I mean, who's your audience? You're like, I'm real clear. I'm going into the Lion's Den. I'm real clear that I'm going into it.
That's right.
I want Purified Down to be played in the strip clubs. If you dropping like it's hot, getting that money, sis, get it.
Right.
Get it to so sick of being sick and tired.
Right.
I'm not that. I'm not that blind and off. I don't want to be part of that. No, let her slide up and down the pole and realize the mantra, the heck I owe, and then maybe one day she get up the pole and keep it moving. You feel me? So I'm clear on my goals and my objectives, and I've been doing it a very long time. And so you have to really be clear on what your goals and objectives are, and be fearless. And out of that fearlessness, you will attract what you need. I mean, look what you just said. I mean, you've been observing me for 10 years. I mean, many people that said, man, Nova been doing this for 10, 20 years, man, give it up, man. You didn't get put on yet, forget it. Now I'm an unsigned artist on Jay Leno. Young Jeezy and Soulja Boy sold much more records than me and had more money than me. They'd never been on Jay Leno. Okay, so they let you.
Never be,
my point. So I'm just letting you know the power of the power of our ancestors. When I had to be so convicted and so like I did a lot of sacrificing, but it was my conversation with the Creator and the ancestors saying, continue to do the work. And out of that manifested the Cosby and the Erykahs and all the celebrities in the book and all the celebrities in the project. All that came out of me just being so focused in that meditation and not letting anything stop me from the work. I mean, I may sidetrack here and there, but I'm about this mission.
Right.
I'm clear why I came to the planet. So, have that conversation. Why are you here? What are you here to do? And if you don't know, and I've been here for 10, 15 years, I've been here 25 years, I've been here 30 years, I don't know. Well, at that moment, ask the question and be open to hear what's really happening. And go at it. And be fearless, be tenacious, and do not give up.
That's right.
And if you got to die doing your vision and manifesting or manifesting your vision, then that's what it is.
That's right.
You do it till the wheels fall off. It ain't about they with it, they not with it, they like it, they don't like it. I don't perform with people like it. I know that if you are in my view, I'm going into your melanocytes, your DNA, your genetic code, your kamor. I'm not keen if you smiling at me, you like me, you frowning at me. It don't matter. If you see me, I'm reaching you.
That's right.
Everything on me speaks.
And it's going to resonate.
It will. It's the heka. You can't stop the heka. So, I mean, the clothes are speaking to you. The beads, the feathers, everything is speaking to you. So you can turn up the nose, you can look away, you can do whatever you're going to do, but I got you. To our turn.
I'm going to tell you, you're speaking to everyone watching the show, but even to my own nephew who's in the audience today.
Salute.
Who is at the point where he's a hip-hop artist, and I've been listening to him, and at first it sounded like a kid, and I'm beginning to realize that he's actually extremely skilled.
Right.
But he's at the point where he's wondering, well, what do I do? Why am I here? Why is it that I seem to be the unusual one within my frame?
In your cipher, well,
and so how do you? Because I know that Nova didn't just stay in the background
Right.
and do him.
Right.
You were always out there with everyone else.
Right.
How do people receive you in the streets? How does that work for you?
You know, the saying in the street goes, real recognize real. So if you really you, then you're going to attract the reals of your reflection in your life. And, you know, there's a whole lot of people who ain't real to themselves, so they stay clear of me because I'm a threat to their existence. So it's good, you know. Usually that's what Ra is to Isfit. It's a threat to that force.
That's right.
The light, you know. Light attracts light. There's always going to be light, even in the smallest, dimmest corners of the planet in the community. It's always going to be that. So I just stand there and be who I am, and I'll attract what I need. Other than that, I don't really have no conversation.
Let me ask you, are you currently touring, or do you have any plans for future tours?
Oh yeah, well definitely. As the spring into summer goes, I'm gonna be doing, because the album is gonna be released so in March, so we'll be doing a lot of touring around that. And also the book is coming out in April, so it'll be simultaneous. But usually when I do lectures on health and wellness, the music is in tandem with it, so it's all conclusive, you know, it's all working together. Right now I'm just doing some spot things that people have been asking me about, performing at various benefits for the brothers and sisters in Haiti. So I'm on shotgun for that. You know.
And that's so important. You
Yeah.
know, what's going on. It really hurts a lot of our hearts, but we are in support of everyone.
Yeah. It's a wake-up call for us to really live your life right now. Like, you know, just don't take each other for granted. Take yourself for granted.
That's right.
And, you know, maximize your moment. I mean, because that quick, 500,000 people gone, you know? So just let's really come together in ourselves and outside of ourselves and really magnify this experience, you know? So.
Well, we want to thank you once again for being on.
Thank you.
When we conceived of this entire series, you were one of the first names that came up.
Oh, give thanks.
So you might have been itching. We were talking
salute,
about
salute.
Yeah, right? So in our first few episodes, we've had some of the folks that we really wanted to have on, so we're really excited about that. And we're going to do something a little unusual, because you may know, viewers, that we always conclude with an affirmation. And so we wanted to give this powerful brother, Supernova Islam, this hip-hop medicine man, and really one of the priests of the legacy, to have an opportunity to give you an affirmation so that you can take with you and carry with you along this journey, along this great battle that you're fighting.
Right.
And so...
going into the affirmation, I'm just going to let you know, for those that have found this segment very interesting and want to understand more about the bees and the feathers and the red and the blue and the red, black, and green colors and stuff in the Ankh, you can log on to www.supernovaslom.com. That's www.supanovaslom.com. Be prepared to be beamed up and teleported, because it's very interactive.
It's an incredible
and for those that really want more information about the book coming out, The Remedy, they have a book site called the www.theremedybook.com. That's www.theremedybook.com. Google your brother, supernovaislam.com, or Supernova Islam, and I'm on YouTube and Twitter, everything else. We out here. And the affirmation is, Nukpu Nuku Amiku Kemam Keperu Imint Rayu. I am that I am, a shining being, a dweller in light, coming from the limbs of the Most High daily. Tuanta.
Powerful.
Be who you are, a shining being,
That's
a
right.
dweller in light, because you come from the Most High daily. Salute.
And you've heard how you can reach Brother Supernova Islam. You're lucky that you're watching this probably in New York City, and you can reach out to him. He is probably one of the most accessible celebrities that you will ever find, by the way.
Holla.
So be sure that you reach out to him, and certainly he'll help you with your journey as he's on his journey.
Tuanta.
We're excited.
Thank you. Tuan. Give thanks. Tuanta. Salute, y'all.
Hetepu.
That's it. Live your life.
It's a rock song production. Yeah. Salute. Super so hot, super so cold. Collapse in the middle, start bursting blow. It's supernova, it's supernova. Hey, it's supernova, it's supernova. You're dead. It's supernova, it's supernova. Hey, 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 hey. Jump, 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 jump. I kill them with the rhythm when I'm spitting typhoon. They babbling and rattling, I'm bringing on the door. Supernova sonic chronic, talking to you, get bionic. Hot rock, you shake hot, oh boy, you're just done. A million suns, a million more, come, come. people say, gangster better ride, hustler better ride, soldier better ride for the people. Medicine is good in work for the people. Organize and unify and heal the people. It's supernova, it's supernova. Hey, it's supernova, it's supernova. What? It's supernova, it's supernova. The exquisite was a cataclysmic, the sun, the mystic, ancient, futuristic, the present, gifted, dramatic, lifted, proficient, prophetic, supernova, lord, energetic, Mr. Madison, get it, disrespecting, you're getting indebted. Cold face, ping pong, samurai, cling cup, Batman, pull up, Batman, get stuffed. Look at here, boy, rock song, gung, tough. Ghost dance, turtle, Allen, war paint, kick, buck. Then I run, cause the known time done, so I run around the earth, destroyed by the nation. But I ain't ride for my mama burn you. Terminate all vampire. Fire! Purify all disease for the animal and trees and the future of disease. Homes that will panic, penetrate the night sky. Supernova, interstellar, right between her sore thighs. It's supernova, it's supernova. Boom! It's supernova, it's supernova. You're dead. It's supernova, it's supernova. Rah! 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 Rah!
Yeah, girl, you already know what it do. Yeah. That's that Stella to the streets, you know what I mean? From the streets to the Stella. Yeah. Supernova. Now you see that right there. Supernova. Got stars in your eyes, girl. Supernova. Come on, what's brighter than the limelight? Supernova, red hotter than the sunlight. Supernova, big bang in the space age. Supernova, she got stars in her eyes. That's a supernova. What's brighter than the limelight? Supernova, red hotter than the sunlight. Supernova, big bang in the space age. Supernova, she got stars in her eyes. That's a supernova. Tell her man, sunny shades on blaze. Glock not milli in a drop top mini. Mothership dip to the whole universe. Skinny shake thick, small waist, big hips. Straight from the moon, but she stay out in Brooklyn.
Blue, red, red, top sex like she gang gang. Still in love in the ghetto with some she gang. Don't see thing, all big thing, whenever let it rain. She got stars in her eyes while she running on top. Niggas dying outside. Revolutionary, there's a ride outside. That's what it next. I gotta come inside. With my black star line, red, black, green, red, got her hands tied. Multiple positions activate intuition. New finish, she trippin'. Red Bull, Panther, Falcon, and Lion. Samurai Commission, Samoan and Mayan. 2012, I'm retiring, flying. So
Supernova. Supernova. Supernova.
Are you retiring or flying?
Yeah, it's a 12:15. Had a bitch screaming like a bat out of hell. Yeah, if I called you a queen, you would G past me like you didn't know me. Bitch, you already know me. Take your mind out that gut I made you my Nefertiti. Queen, how king is he? I'm in the tech where the unk in a tech. Nah, that's life and death. You should watch how you step. I'm an interstellar Mac. Use a space reject. Paper plane to a jet. Supernova man, a rain. You can't even make her wet. Damn, now she dehydrated. Evaporated water, you can't even vibrate it. Mr. Medicine, water, better light saving. She my lady, you outdated. Like blue-eyed Christ, nigga, what zeitgeist. Hands in the air to the Lord's sunlight. I'm feeling like Mike, infrared in the night. Man, your girl chose me, she them off, I'm a light. La Costa Nostra, related to the streets, it's La Vida Loca. You're on that coca, I'm on that chlora. Supernova Slum, Ultramac, the force up. Pimp.
Supernova. 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 Supernova.